Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with My Hero Academia Season 6 episode number 11 reaction. Okay, the previous episode Bakugo, it began with Bakugo being hurt. We saw that in the previous episode, the episode before that. And the only concern I had was, is he okay or not? I think he's fine. Like it did seem like he just got injured. He'll be fine after he gets healed up and all. So he's okay. And then we get to, obviously Deku goes crazy, and then inside his vestiges we get to see Nana and the founder, not the founder but the original One for All. And they and also All for One and Shigaraki was also in there, like they were like sharing like a same space. And he talks about a few things, and in the end we get to see how all the previous holders of the quirk, One for All, how the first founder and Nana both were like, yeah, we are going to help this boy out. And yeah, so Shigaraki's kind of injured, you know and Deku kind of thinks about, like, please don't get up after this, because after that he won't be able to do anything. And so they fall down, and then we get to see a little bit of Himiko and Ochako, where Himiko wants to go and ask Ochako about a few questions. And she lures her out and asks her the question, while obviously Ochako is like, what the hell, why are you asking all of this now? And I just want to help people out, so in my way. And yeah, Himiko didn't like that, and that's where it ended. Let's see what happens today. Yeah, let us begin. So I'll be putting the subtitles on the timer here, sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Wait, who's this? Wait, is that Best Genius? Yeah. Oh, there you go. He's fine. Like I said, obviously, Hawks is not going to do something to him. Like, he's their ally. Even if it is because of the whole yeah, I want to prove my authenticity to the League of Villains. Even if he was trying to do that, and when Dabi told him that, oh, kill one of the heroes and bring us the proof, he did that. Even if that was for that, I was like, it's impossible. Obviously, no one in the right mind would do something like that to just to get like an approval from the League of Villains. Like, I feel like that's going too far. And if he actually did that, I would have been actually surprised. So I always thought that, yeah, Best Genius is, I'm sure he's fine. Like, Hawks probably played some kind of a trick on like Dabi and made him believe that he killed Best Genius or something like that. So yeah, let's see. I'm guessing we're going to get to know what actually happened here. And that's okay. Yeah, if it starts regenerating again, that'll be, oh my god. Oh, nice. Damn. Yeah, there you go, it's fine. So that was Shigaraki. Oh my god, stop. What the hell? Oh god, he's still going. Oh, nice. It's Nejire? Nejire, isn't it? Yep. Yes. There you go. Oh yeah, Gigantomakia. Damn. Yeah. Okay, calm down. Mm. Yeah, but I don't know. This. Yeah, well, there you go. Good God. Mm. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah. Damn. Oh my God. Oh boy. Oh my. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Damn. Wait, did she get it? Oh my God. I feel like she scratched her. Oh no. Okay. Oh boy. What the? Wait. Oh yeah. Did Deku? Did Midoriya give it? I don't remember. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Oh, she touched it. Oh, nice. She's like, oh, we're so alike. Oh boy. Oh boy. No, no, no. She's. Oh wait. Wait, who? Oh, Floppy. Okay. Oh, she followed her. That's nice. Oh God. All right, now what? Oh my God, Gigantomachia's here. Great. So yeah. Oh no, is that Gigantomachia? Oh no, that's. Oh okay. For a moment, I thought that was Himiko. She took her form or something. Yeah. Hmm. Well, yeah, she kind of got her answer. So there you go. Oh, oh no, he's here. Good. Okay, this is a problem. Rivet stab. Which make it auto tracker. Ah. Oh, nice. Yeah. No, but the League of Villains are there with them. Oh god, they're gonna do something here, I'm guessing. Oh! Oh my god, they actually... It actually connected. I didn't think it would. Oh no. Oh my god, what the hell? Yo, this thing is huge. I realized that. Like, he was huge, but he's way too huge. Oh my god, Bakugo. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Oh great, here we go. Yeah, what are they going to do now? Great. What is that in his hand? Wait, what? What? Toya. Wait! Isn't Toya his brother's name? The brother who died or something? Yeah, there was the altar and everything. Oh yeah, his hair turned white. Okay, oh my god, what the hell? Wait, so he was not dead. What happened then? How did they think that he was dead then? Oh my god, what the hell is this going? Oh my god. Yeah, there you go. It's him. Oh, it also makes sense. That's why he has fire as a quirk. Oh my god. No, then how did he end up in this? Okay, oh yeah, he was the eldest. Okay. Oh no, is he trying to bring down Endeavor like this? Oh yeah, yeah. He's trying to bring him down like that. But That's why he need a skeptic. Oh, okay, it makes so much sense now. Okay, my question is, how did he end up like this then? They thought he was dead. Completed. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, oh God. Okay, I'm guessing we're going to get to know what happened. Cold winter. So, they go to park. Oh, but so jawbone. Oh, wait. Yeah, wait. Just a minute. Yeah. Oh, then. Oh, wait. No, I have a few questions. I'll talk about it later. Wait, so his hair was red? But why? Wait a minute. What's going on here? Wait, I don't think that's the time. Wait, what? Oh my God. Ah, this guy was prepared. Oh my god, this kid who loves Endeavor. Wait, oh my god. Yeah, obviously it was edited like that. It's crazy. So, okay, I'll talk about it later. Oh no! Oh my god. He's going to bring out the whole. Oh no, no, no! Best Genius is coming here. Okay, nice. At least one thing could be refuted here. Nah, 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 nah. Obviously, like, come on, Best Genius. Now's the best time to come in. His father was caught by Endeavor. Oh, that's what happened. Good God. Come on, Best Genius. I feel like this is the perfect time for him to come in. Oh my God. Oh, no, no, he won't be able to do anything. Oh God. He's going to blow himself and everyone over here. That's his plan. Yes! Wait, who is that? Best Genius? I think so. Yes, there you go. Like I said, perfect time for him to come. Like I said, there you go. Perfect timing. Well, Darby, that was unexpected, wasn't it? You thought he was dead? Like, obviously, like it's such a like if they actually decided to kill Best Genius Drop in that way, I would have been extremely surprised. That would have been extremely weird. Like, someone going up until that, like, you know, like, obviously, like, even though Hawks is working for the secret department, I forgot the name that they go with. They are still under, like, you know, like, want the best for the people, and in a twisted way, not twisted, but in a more, what, like, you know, like, they dirty their hands, and that's how they do it. And it's just still in the, like, you know, in our team. So just because they want Hawks to infiltrate the hero villains, I doubt they would have, like, you know, taken, like, you know, Best Genie's lives. He was the number 3 hero, and even if he was not the number 3 hero, that's outrageous. If that's something like that actually happened, like, never ever did I believe Best Genie was dead. So there you go. Like, I got my confirmation. Like, if he was actually dead, I would have been extremely surprised. Like, that would have been a weird development. I thought they did something. There's something, some way or other, they were able to fake his death and made Darby believe that, oh, he killed him. Wow, alright. I was not expecting that. Wait, there's still a few questions. That's it. I have. Oh, wait, so his name was. Yeah, his name was Toya. Now, one thing, where's that section? Where Endeavor says that it was a cold day, the wind was blowing, Toya burned to death. Okay, here we go. There's no body left. The flames were over 2000 degrees Celsius. Now, here we get to see that's Toya, isn't it? The boy who we were seeing here, when Endeavor comes in front of the forest and he says that, oh, Toya burned to death, we weren't able to find anything. And then we see this boy, white-haired, with a jacket or whatever, he's just standing there, and he was talking about that section. This boy is Toya, isn't it? So Toya is Darby. His hair here is white. Okay, then the next thing we get to see here is, okay, so here Endeavor says next the scene that we get to see is Toya having red hair, and Endeavor says it's turning white. Wait, so what happened here? Did his hair turn completely white or something? Because here we can see his hair is red. So I'm very confused here, because even in the picture where Toya is dead, in that picture in front of his altar, his hair is completely white, while here we are seeing his hair is red and it started turning white. So did it completely turn white by the end? Okay, here we go. My firstborn Toya didn't get frost, but the firepower he had was greater than mine. Okay, he couldn't negate the overwhelming overheating, which was a minus. But I wanted to raise him to be a hero. All right, all that stuff. And at the same time, I continued to hope for half. Yeah. So there you go. So his hair was red. He uses fire. Makes sense, But then what happened? Did his hair turn white? And why did that happen? I've never seen Darby using any frost power. So if his hair turned white, which I'm guessing kind of symbolizes that he's getting his ice power, we've never seen him using ice. So what? I'm extremely confused here. Even in the so what happened? The picture that he had in the altar is completely white hair. So by the time he died, did his hair completely turn white? For what reason? I also don't understand that. If he don't have any ice power, why did he? I'm so confused here. I don't understand this part at all. I understand what happened. I also understand that Toya had red hair, but the reasoning I don't understand. What type of reasoning is this? Why did his hair suddenly turn white? And did his hair actually turn white? Because that's what I'm gathering from all this information they're giving us. Because up until now, I thought Toya had white hair, and then suddenly we get to see in the flashback that he had red hair completely, and his hair started turning white. So this part, I don't understand the reason. Maybe they'll tell us in the future, or maybe not. Or maybe I cannot understand the reason. Maybe that's the thing. If it's not any spoilers or any kind of a thing that I'm misunderstanding here, please let me know in the comment section, because yeah, I don't know. Anyways, okay, so we begin this episode with where's that section? All right, yeah, Deku and Deku falling down. Shigaraki also falls down, and Deku was in the end please don't get out, Shigaraki, because no one can handle you even after that. It's crazy. So he falls down. Todoroki helps, saves him, and Shigaraki, those things come out. I don't know what they are called, Alpha Might. What the hell, Alpha Might? Alpha One mentioned that how it was an autonomous thing that's happening now. So because Shigaraki's body cannot move properly, so that came and supported him. He did not fall on the ground. And okay, so thankfully Nejire and Nejire and Ida comes in, and a few other heroes as well, I think. No, these two only come in. Oh no, yeah, a few other heroes also comes in. They helps out to Ryukyu. Nejire's a little bit pissed because she saw Ryukyu like that. I'll say she's a teacher, that's why. And not only that, they're trying to help out Deku, while Shigaraki is still kind of in a weird state. He's not able to properly move, but at the same time those things are moving on its own. All Might is kind of helping it. Or not All Might, what the hell is wrong with me? All for one is helping him out with it. And okay, so next we get to the other scene where Toga asks Ochako the question, and Ochako's like I want to help people out now, so so yeah, like just get out of my way. Like now's not the time. And here Himiko asks the question that not asks the question, but she kind of talks about the whole thing that she whenever she likes someone, she wants to become that person. And she says how it's like like everyone has told her to not to do that, obviously makes sense, but she all the time she tried to suppress it. It started getting increasing and increasing, which is kind of same as Ochako, where Ochako talks about his feelings for Deku and how she has decided to put that away. And she's like, oh, it's the same for me. The thing that I love. People always told me to put that away. And like the more I put it away, the more it's like started hurting me, and it started like like overwhelming me. So you're also the same as me. And like if someone who I like is kind of like me, I try to become that person. Like she has like a very what can I say, like a twisted type of a mental, what can I say, like thing. Like she obviously, like we can understand that she is definitely like suffering from a lot of like mental problems and everything, because that's what she, like she has this weird what can I say, like what's it called, a weird like a thing where she is like, oh, I want to become that person, that's why I'm going to kill them or get their blood, that type of a thing. So that in itself is something that definitely needed, you know she needed help from the beginning. However, she went too far off the like like other end, and that's why she became one of the villains. And since society never accepted her, obviously how could they, like, and it's like how could like a person who wants to become the person she loves and tries to kill that person, like obviously society will not like that. And Toga is confused. Toga's thinking that why is this happening, I'm just trying to do what I love. And it's like in a weird way, no one's at fault here. It's just the circumstances, and the fact that she didn't get proper help from the beginning made her switch to the villain side. And she was able to find some other people with similar problems and similar mental state like her, which was why she felt accepted. And that is why she was able to, like, she decided to hang out with the League of Villains, because over there all the people are also like rejected by society. So she felt like a, what's it called, like a similar thing, like a camaraderie, is that a word, a camaraderie, something like that. Is, what is it called, camaraderie or camaraderie, something like that, like a feeling of being like comrades, that type of thing she felt with them. And she was like, yeah, like this is my place. And then she got to find out about Deku and Ochako and Suyu as well. And she was like, oh, these people are my favorite people, so I want to become like them. And that's why she's coming here. And before doing something, she decides to ask Ochako that question. Obviously, Ochako is trying to help people out at this moment. And if someone suddenly comes out and asks you a question like this, you're going to be confused, and you'll be like, what the hell, I'm trying to help people out and you're like like obstructing my thing. So again, here no one's at fault here. Himiko just wants her question answered because she doesn't really understand what to do, while Ochako doesn't want her to obstruct her path because she's trying to help people out. Again, so here as well, like that's the thing that Ochako says here, and Himiko's like, no, like like I this is like I'm a little different. And you like Deku, don't you? And she gets the thing, the keychain or whatever that Deku gave her, and she's like and Ochako's like, no, I'm going to keep this like feelings sealed away for now. And she's like, just like me, I kept my feelings for like whenever what person I like, I want to become that person. That sealed away, but it never stopped, it kept increasing. And you're just like me, Ochako. And that's what she says. So while all of this was happening, Ochako, oh, for a moment, here we go. I've been holding back this whole time too. I was told to stop when I was little, but it wasn't any good. I shut them away, they got bigger. And obviously Ochako says if you're going to live as you like and threaten people, then you need to accept the responsibility for your actions. And we see Himiko kind of crying. She's like, yes, you're right. And thanks, bye bye. And she tries to run away, but Suyu comes in, and she's like, oh, Suyu, you're here. And Suyu's like, don't call me by that name. Oh my god. And then for a moment they kind of get distracted because of Gigantomachia's, like, the whole thing, like, the whole place was, like, shaking. And taking advantage of that, Toga decides to, like, run away. And while going, like, running away, she says, like, Ochako, the girl who likes the same person as me, I thought maybe we could talk about romance and stuff. Oh boy. And then she says, I'm coming back, everyone. My feelings aren't pent up anymore. So yeah, she kind of got, I guess, like an answer to her question, whatever question she had. And because I'm still not completely sure what exactly she wanted to ask, what I could gather from her questions is that she wanted to ask that if, like, like the villains are also people, and they had never been accepted by the society, and they're trying to do what they, like, this is the only way they can live, like, this is the only way they are able to survive. Like, their mentality and everything is twisted, and that's why they do these type of twisted things. And that is why she says that, why weren't we saved? And since we weren't saved, now that we are just having, like, a little thing, like a little group, why are you guys trying to kill us? Now obviously she is asking this question because she like, she's, from her standpoint, she doesn't understand what they're doing wrong, because what she thinks what she's doing is something that she likes doing. Obviously to society it's not okay. She's trying to kill people, and that's what Ochako says, like, you're killing people and you need to have some responsibility. While for Toga doesn't understand. For Toga, killing people is something that, like, that's something like she always does, and she has, like, she's like, her twisted mentality is something like that, which, like she said, I tried to suppress this but I wasn't, it kept getting bigger and bigger. So from her point of view, she doesn't understand. She's like, I'm just doing what I want to do, this is something that I like to do. But obviously, like, society will not look at it in a good way because she's killing people. And it's such a weird question, and it's such a weird situation, and such a weird timing as well, that I feel like she was able to understand that, yeah, like, these guys are heroes, and me liking them and trying to go through to them is never going to make any changes. Like, I think that's probably what she realized. She realized the difference. She realized that, yeah, we are like this, we the villains are like this, while the heroes are like that. So in no way will me, Deku, Ochako, and Suyu be able to come to, like, a proper, like, have, like, a proper conversation ever, because our values are so different, and what we think is correct and incorrect is so different. So we'll never be able to come to, like, I think that's what she ended up believing by the end, because in the end she says, my feelings aren't pent up anymore. She understood that, yeah, we won't ever be able to understand each other, and that's why she then left. I think that's exactly what happened. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, I still don't properly understand her question, because that's how twisted her question is. Like, she kind of asks a question about how, like, she was never saved, and like, why did they kill, like, Jin? Who's also a person, all that, and all these things. And at the same time, she also kind of expressed how she couldn't help but kill people, because when she tried to suppress that, it got bigger and bigger. So these are, like, the questions she asked, obviously to a sane, like, human being. They'll be like, what the hell are you talking about? And exactly that was Ochako's, like, like, reaction here. She was like, you need to take responsibility. And then she realized, like, yeah, we are too far apart. We're just, it's as if we're walking the opposite direction and looking at the opposite, like, direction. So in no way ever will there a time come where we're going to meet and come to an agreement. It's never going to happen. And then that's why she left. And she's like, my feelings are not pent up anymore. That's how I kind of interpreted it. I might be wrong though. I'm not really sure. Anyways, after that, we get to see Shigaraki and oh, Gigantomachia comes in. My God. And okay, so Gigantomachia comes in, takes in Shigaraki, and like we see Todoroki, Endeavor, all of them over here. Endeavor was kind of thinking that, oh, like, what am I doing? I'm not able to do anything. I told everyone in the world that I'm going to change and I'm going to help everyone out, but I'm really not coming to any help. While he was thinking of all of that, Davi comes out, and I was like, what is that in his hand? Is that like a spray paint or something? Like, I was like, what is he going to do with that? It was a paint, wasn't it? I think so. No, what is that? Oh, is that like a dissolving solvent or something? Like, oh, so he had his hair dyed in black. And when he poured that solvent on his head, it probably like took away the dye. And his original hair color came out, which is white. Yeah, I think that's what happened. He puts it on the head and his head starts like turning white. And he's like, he's like, oh, like, hello there, Endeavor, long time no see. And he says something like, yeah, I've got this splendid name already, Toya. So obviously it took me a while. I'm like, okay, what, who's Toya? And then I realized, wait a minute, Toya is the brother's name. And then I little by little I was able to connect the dots, because first of all, his hair, that is why his hair is white. Another thing came, like, and I kind of realized then, is why he has firepower, because he's Endeavor's son. Makes sense again. And a few other things as well. I kind of understood why he wanted Skeptic here, because he wanted to out this whole thing in front of the world, and that's what he was planning for. And all these things I kind of little by little started to understand. But there's still a lot of questions coming in my head. I was like, how did he die? And not die, but how did Endeavor think he died? Because he's not dead, obviously. Not only that, there's another thing that I was thinking about, is like, why is his hair white? No, sorry, not white, sorry. Why is his hair red? Because in the next section, we get to see his hair is red. I'm like, what is going on here? And then, like I said, I kind of talked about it at the beginning of the discussion. So what exactly happened? His hair was red in the beginning. It started turning white, and then it turned completely white. And then he went missing. And Endeavor thought he died. Is that what happened? Then why? Why did his hair turn white? Is there a reason for it? Like, because obviously, like, Todoroki is half of his hair is white, half of his hair is red. That means he can use half, like, fire, half ice, Similar to that, Natsu is mostly white, and no, Natsu is full white, I think. Yeah, his hair is fully white. So I think he should be able to use ice powers, not fire power, I think. And what's her name? Her sister, Fumiko or Fumio? That girl. She has white hair with red, I think red, little, like a small little red specks here and there, So I'm guessing she can use ice and a little bit of fire. That's how I see this whole thing. So then why, if Toya's hair turned white, why have I not ever seen him using ice? He should be able to use ice, that would mean. He uses flame, so I don't know, like, I'm not really sure about this. Anyways, I still have like a confusion in that section. Like, anyways, I'm guessing if it's not spoilers, you guys can tell me in the comments. Okay, now next we get to see a little bit of the satellite. I guess a skeptic hacked it, and the satellite, like, suddenly the news changed, and we get to see Dabi just pre-recorded a whole session, and he's like sitting down, and we get to see here, like, the whole conversation, not conversation, but the whole thing that Dabi pre-recorded. And at the same time, parallelly, Dabi talking to Endeavor was also happening. Both of the things were happening at the same time. The world was getting to know, Endeavor was getting to know, all at the same time what the hell happened. And here, like, not only them, also Deku and everyone else also realized what the hell is going on. They're like, wait a minute, Toya, isn't that his brother? So his brother was not dead. And Dabi sitting in front of in the couch in front of the, like, pre-recorded thing, and we get to see him talking about everything and giving his actual identity. Todoroki's mom is watching, and obviously she's surprised looking at all of that. And here he starts outing everything, all like like. And so this was his whole plan. He wanted to out Endeavor in front of everyone. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone kind of got to realize what type of a person Endeavor was, but not at this extent. And like, he did kind of promise everyone that, yeah, I am going to change and I am going to become the world's #1 hero, in my own way. I'm not going to copy All Might. All that thing he said, and everyone forgave him, kind of, so now the whole truth is coming out, and this is what he's trying to do. He's trying to make people start have questions about the heroes, and he was ready for it. He had like a few things already prepared, and the first thing was obviously his own identity. He talks about his own identity, how he's Toya, and how he's okay. Where's that part? Let me read that part. Okay, let me read this section a little bit where he talks about Todoroki. He says that it's all I've been thinking about since that day. I didn't know why I existed. And I cried every day clinging to Natsu. Oh, I understand the meaning of this scene now. At that moment, I wasn't able to understand what the hell was happening here. Because we see someone here, on the ground crying with, his hair red and a little bit of white coming out. So I was like, who is this boy? Because I thought, Toya was like, completely white hair. I was like, who is this boy? I wasn't able to understand. I was like, what is going on here? Now I understand. So this was Toya. So, okay, I have kind of gotten my answer. His hair actually turned white little by little. But I don't know why, the reason why that happened. Okay. And then he says that at first, when you completed your puppet Shoto, I thought I'd kill him. But then you unexpectedly became the #1 hero. And I wanted to make you happy. Oh boy. I was afraid you were going to die in Kyushu. I led Star Servant and ending to you one after the other, even though you wanted to be the #1 hero so badly. It must have been a heavy burden. You were soothed by admiration. Okay, all that stuff he's saying. Alright, so there you go. Now, everyone's just looking at this scene everyone's surprised. And then in the end, he kind of says, you reap what you sow. Let's fall together, Enji Todoroki. And okay. Then we get the little flashback of Endeavor talking about what happened. Apparently, Toya burned down. And none of his body was found. A little part of his jaw, I think that was found. So, like, I'm thinking, like, what happened after that? Who found him? Was it all for one? I don't think so. Then was it Shigaraki? I don't think so either, because Shigaraki and Toya are kind of similar in age, I'm guessing. And if Toya was like a child, not a child, but he was kind of young at that moment, Shigaraki would also be young. So I don't think Shigaraki is the one who found him. Some or the other, so he ended up getting into the League of Villains. I'm not. They still haven't told us how he just ended up there. So maybe we'll get to know in the future. However, yeah, like again, this part confused me so much. I was like, wait, so yeah, his hair was white completely. His hair was white. Even here in the flashback, I see him white haired. Even in his picture, he was white hair. And then in the next scene, we suddenly get to see him having red hair. I'm like, what is going on? Who is this kid? Then I was like, okay, so his hair turned white, that means. And that's exactly what Endeavor says. His hair was turning white. And Endeavor says that, okay, like the thing about Endeavor was that he kind of talks about, okay, I'm going to read this part. He says that, but the firepower he had was greater than mine, even though he was not half hot, half cold. And he says he couldn't negate the overheating, which was a minus. But I wanted to raise him to be a hero. Okay. So wait a minute. All right. At the same time, I continued to hope for half cold, half hot, and my wife thought siblings could support each other. this is so weird, because up until now, like, even what's his name, Toya even says here at this moment that my dad continued, like, trying to have a kid who is half hot half cold, so my mother was just a pawn for him. While here Endeavor is talking about how I thought my wife and other siblings could support each other, that's why we had more kids, which is like completely different than what Toya has thought up until now. Even I thought that. I'm pretty sure everyone thought about that. Like, Endeavor was like that, and that's why he kept having kids up until they got Todoroki. So now, like, here he's suddenly saying that, like, I thought that them and my wife, me and my wife thought siblings could support each other, which is completely different from what I had an initial impression of. And okay, so, and then he says, so we had our second child, Fuyumi. Fuyumi only had Rei's quirk. Oh, so there you go, that gives me the answer. So Fuyumi only has her mom's quirk because her hair is completely white, and he has little, like, red hair here and there. Okay, so yeah, so the biggest question is, like, why did Toya's hair start turning white? Okay, now Endeavor here says that neither of them had the quirk I wanted, but at the time I was fine at that. There you go. I was fine with that. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I'm so confused by this. Up until now, all the time we saw Endeavor, and, like, like, I feel like they heavily implied that Endeavor wanted to keep having kids up until he got someone who had half cold, half hot. So now here we suddenly get to see him talking about how that I was fine with that. It was no problem. We had more kids because me and my wife thought this they could support each other, which is completely different from what we thought up until now. I feel like even Endeavor himself kind of said at the before this that, yeah, like, like, I wanted to have someone who was like Todoroki, and you were my masterpiece, or something like that, he said, which heavily implies that that's exactly why he had kids. But now here we suddenly get to see that he's saying that, oh, like, like, I was fine with that, my wife and I had kids because we thought they could support each other. What? This is such a weird, I don't know, like, am I misunderstanding something? Did I misunderstanding Endeavor up until now? Or I'm pretty sure that's the whole vibe he, like, like, he had going around him. Like, that's what he was. Okay, let me read the next section. Because Toya definitely had more raw talent than I did. Like, here we suddenly see his flashback and his thought process, and we're suddenly getting to see that he was like, oh, he's fine. He obviously he didn't get half cold, half hot, but he has way more potential than that. So it's fine. That's what we are seeing here. Before this, like, you know what? I feel like the thing here is that we all assume that Endeavor was someone like that, who just wanted to have a like, because, like, it didn't help that he kind of acted like that as well, like that, in that very obnoxious manner, and he was like, oh, you're my masterpiece, like, Shoto, you're the best, you'll surpass All Might and all that, like, like, his obnoxious attitude up until now, and his, like, this whole thing before in season 1 and 2, his whole thing over there, I thought, since he was like that, all of us assumed that that is the reason why he kept having kids up until Todoroki, and then he stopped because he just saw his wife and his son, like, his children as just tools. And I think that's all we just assumed that by the way we saw him act towards Todoroki, but that was never the case. It was just a weird misunderstanding we had because of his attitude. Like, I can see that, I can actually see that, because I don't think he ever said anything like, oh, I kept having kids because I wanted someone like Shoto. Like, I don't think he ever mentioned anything like, along those lines. We just assumed that. And now we're getting to see that he's saying that, oh, like, I was fine because Toya had more raw talent, and we kept having more kids because, we thought they could support each other. And here we go. He says, I entrusted my ambition to Toya. And then something happens, after that, which is Okay, here we go. Of all people, you should be able to go where I wanted to go. I think this is where everything started going wrong, because he kept, he had his ambition for Toya. He thought that Toya is going to surpass all of might, and he gave everything. He had like all the faith in him and everything. But then, like he said, I was fine. I was fine with everything, even if, like, you were not half hot, half cold. I know you had more raw talent, so you'd be able to surpass me. And we still kept having kids because we thought that the siblings could support each other. But then something happened. Shoto or Todoroki was born, who was half hot, half cold. I think this is where everything changed, where Endeavor started going completely, his ambition started taking over here. He realized that, wait a minute, I never expected to have a kid who would be exactly half hot, half cold, but now I have a kid like that. So this is perfect. And this is where his ugly side started coming out, and his ambition overwhelmed him, and he decided to make Todoroki this perfect person who would be able to surpass All Might. And this is where everything started going wrong after Todoroki was born. And we get to see him being completely crazy. He burned Todoroki's eyes, in that, no, he didn't burn, sorry, but indirectly, by all that mental stress that he made his wife go through. That happened, and everything else happened. And since this is how we got introduced to Endeavor, as they say, first impressions is everything. The first impression for all of us was Endeavor was a bad person, and since this is how we got introduced to him in a negative manner, I think we all assumed that, yeah, he's just that type of a person. He kept having kids because he wanted them as tools, and his wife was also a tool for him. But never ever did we ever think if that was the case, because now we get to see that Endeavor is actually talking about how he was different before, but after later on, when Todoroki was born, he became this twisted monster, because he saw the potential in him, which made him change. It was never the case. Everyone talks about how the marriage was like the reason why Endeavor married what's her name, Fumi? No, that's the daughter's name. But anyways, his wife, like Todoroki's mom. Why the reason why he married her was because he wanted to have like a half cold, half hot son who could surpass All Might, and how he kept having kids and used them as tools, disposable tools that way. After finding Todoroki, after him being born, he started being extremely harsh on him, mistreating him, mistreating his wife, all these things. I think we all assumed it. But at the beginning, he was not like that. He was like a normal person. He was like, oh, you know what? Yeah, he might not be half hot, half cold, but he still has more potential than me. And I don't care. He's fine the way he is. And then the sister came born, and he was like, it's okay, no problem. I don't have any problem. But the reason why we're still having kids is because we want them to support each other. And then Todoroki came into being, and he became completely obsessed with that. He started mistreating them, and that's exactly what happened, I think. He was not like this from the beginning. At the beginning, he was kind of okay. Then he became this twisted monster, and now he's again okay. So, alright. This is how I see it. And I have to say, yeah, I kind of I also had the same impression as Dabi had. And I feel like everyone, all of the audience that are watching My Hero Academia, and from up until this episode, we all had the same idea that, Endeavor was a monster from the beginning. But no, he was not a monster from the beginning. He became a monster in the middle. And now he's trying to change again. So, okay, anyways, that's just how I interpret this scene. Now after that, and obviously Toya doesn't know about it. Toya thinks that, yeah, my dad was a monster from the beginning, and he has this twisted sense and thought process of his dad. And I think he probably also thinks that his dad never cared about him, and that's why when he burned down, he was not found. But the fact is that they weren't able to find him. We see in the flashback how Endeavor was so distressed seeing that scene. He was definitely sad, heartbroken, devastated after seeing his son die like that. So, okay, now after that, obviously, we get to know what Dabi's planning here. Dabi has made this whole thing to be broadcasted so that the whole hero's ugly part comes out. And he like he kind of gives out like like I said, he was ready here. The few things he kind of like talks about here. First of all, he talks about his whole situation in front of the camera. Not only that, he's broadcasting that to everyone. That's why skeptic was needed. And not only that, he has his DNA test ready. And I'm like, God damn, this guy's prepared. And he's like, okay, you can like as you can see, it's like the DNA is here. Report is like 99%. Not only that, he also brings out the fact that what's his name? Best Genius was killed by Hawks, the same Hawks whose dad was a criminal, I think, who Endeavor found him. Wait a minute, let me read this part. Where is that section? Okay, he killed the recuperating number 3 hero, Best Genius, because violence has become a part of his life. He was able to do this calmly, but it's not surprising. His father, here we go. His father was a villain who committed serial robberies and murders. There you go. And I was kind of wondering why were they able to convince Hawks to become this secret agent? Makes sense, because his background was not a good one. His dad was like a villain. So obviously they kind of, I'm guessing after defeating him, they took Endeavor took Hawks in, and that is why Hawks was ready to sacrifice his whole life to become the secret agent and do all the dirty job for them, because he never had a choice. His father was a villain who committed serial robberies and murder. That's why he hid his past and his real name. His father was caught by Endeavor, there you go, and I don't know what kind of fate that is, but those are the kinds of people Endeavor surrounds himself. Okay, there you go. So that's why, again, another bomb he drops here. He's like, yeah, the Hawks that you all know, this Hawks was the son of a villain, a serial killer, a murderer, and not only that, he also killed Best Genius, the number 3 hero, because that's what all the heroes do. They do their dirty jobs, and here we go, to cover up such shady human nature by calling it justice and calling himself a hero. On top of that, he's tricking people. Okay, so there you go. And obviously before that, we kind of got to see that Best Genius is on his way, and I was like, it would be so good, because at least if one of his claims could be refuted, obviously all the people will start gaining faith back in the heroes again. And I'm guessing that's exactly what's going to happen. After Best Genius comes in, everyone will be like, what the hell? Best Genius is alive. This guy is speaking nonsense. And they will start doubting him and thinking that, oh, this villain Dabi is probably trying to rile us up. None of the thing that he says is true. Which obviously is going to help us out, because the trust in heroes is again going to get going to boost up. Like, that's the thing, like, even if one of his statements is refuted, all his other statements will lose all the credibility that it had, because he's a villain. He's a villain, and he has this amount of proofs. That's why people are listening to him. Even if one of his proofs is actually destroyed in front of all the people's eyes, they'll start doubting all of his words. They'll be like, yeah, he's lying, and they'll not. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen, because Best Genius comes in the end, and we see this kid who idolizes Endeavor. He was like, what the hell, whether or not it's true, I still can't, I can't believe him now from this point onwards. My faith is starting to waver. But if he suddenly sees Best Genius come out at this moment, I don't know how, but if some way or the other that is broadcasted, then he's going to get his faith back. He'll be like, oh, there you go. He was lying, and that's what he's going to think after that. Even though a few things that Dabi said were probably the truth, like a few things that he kind of mentioned. But like I said, since he's a villain, if one of his proof gets refuted or countered, he's going to lose all credibility. And next we get to see Dabi's just oh, let's fight this and that, and I'm coming for you, Endeavor. And I kind of got the feeling that what he wanted from this is that he just wanted to completely make Endeavor's reputation go down, make everyone lose their faith in heroes, and he wants to commit a double suicide or something. I feel like that's what he's trying to do here. He's like, oh, he said something like, let's dance in hell together, Endeavor, or something like that, he said. which kind of implies that he wants to kill himself and Endeavor at the same time. And I think that's what he's trying to do here. He just jumps and he uses flash flame. What was it called? The name of the technique that he uses? Prominence. Yeah, prominence burn, I think. Yeah, anyways, that one he's like using, and Endeavor's just standing there, his whole body is glowing. Dabi's whole body is glowing. That Todoroki's like, Dad, come on, like, snap out of it, now is not the time. Well, Endeavor is obviously like, like, this is his son. Like, he never knew he was alive, and he's just overwhelmed completely, and he doesn't know what to do. And that's why he was just standing there. So in comes Best Genius here. He comes in and he just ties everyone up, and that's where it ends. And like I said, I'm guessing this is going to help us out immensely. Not only is Dabi going to lose his credibility here, but also the fact that Best Genius is alive is going to kind of, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Dabi's going to lose the credibility of all his words before that. And let's see. I'm not really sure. I think that's how this is going to go. And now, obviously, like I said, I never believed that Best Genius was dead, because he's one of the heroes, and I didn't think they were going to stoop that low. So yeah, there you go. He's alive. He's fine. So, and yeah, that is it. That was it. Crazy episode, a great revelation, and yeah, that was intense. I was not expecting something like this at this point in the middle of a battle. Like, in the middle of a battle, we suddenly get like to see Dabi like ready with all the proofs, and he's like, there you go. Never did I expect something like this actually happening at this moment. And yeah, like, so many things kind of like connect the dots now, like like the reason why he has flames. Not only that, like him, all the things that he did, the whole Best Genius situation, the way he kind of manipulated Hawks because he knew Hawks was under Endeavor, and like all these things, like, it kind of makes sense now. And yeah, but there was only a little miscalculation. He thought Best Genius is dead, but he's not. But anyways, so that is it. That was my reaction to My Hero Academia season 6, episode number 11. Yeah, so yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. And that is it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of My Hero Academia. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.